All right, everybody, I'm super excited to welcome one of the people I've probably built the biggest bond with since I've started this industry. And I know everyone in Maine is going to kind of lose themselves, but let me tell you a little story about this guy, John Toole, real quick. Okay, let me tell you a quick story about them. I remember John Toole and Tristan hopped in the back of this coupe of this car that wouldn't even move, and he picked up me and Pat because me and Pat needed a ride to the Charlotte convention. So John hits up Tristan and says, you have to pick up these two people. They pick us up, we get in the car, and we just listen for 10 hours straight of just like the biggest subwoofers in this car just pounding us in the ear. I was down with it. I was just like, yeah. Pat was just like, kill me. But it was crazy because when he went to that convention, I remember how fired up John was in that same spot you were about 8 months ago. This kid was losing it. He was so pumped. The energy was there, and now he's 25 years old at the young age, and he just hit the executive rank. He will absolutely crush Star Exec this rap, probably presidential, like absolutely presidential. And on top of it, they're expecting their first child with his lovely girlfriend, Lauren, in the next 30 days. So he is going to be there, have a residual income of 6 figures, have a new PEQ to the family. I don't know what's going on with that. And on top of it, he is one of my best friends, and I can't be happier. So for all of you Mainers, make all of you stream know right now that John Toole is in the house, baby. Woo!
Real quick, if you're ready to take your Vemma business to the next level, say, I'm ready! All right, great. We got a lot to cover and not a lot of time. So really quick, you've heard a lot of people talk about a system and how an individual can fail, but a system will not. So that's what we're going to help you guys work on today, is to create a duplicatable system for your business. So really quick, we have a 3-part structure here. Enroll, teach, duplicate. Can you say it with me? Enroll, teach, duplicate. Thank you. First, enrolling. When you're enrolling people into the business, there's a few ways that are pretty effective. First off is a 3-way call, and that could be a phone call, Skype call, Uber call. And the real goal of this is to get your prospect to meet your mentor, to meet your upline. You don't want to introduce the concept. You don't want to introduce the opportunity. You want to be a mediator and facilitator to help your person be introduced to the person you heard the original message from, right? Because then they're much more likely to understand how it works and not have any preconceived notions or judgments about you as a person and say no to the opportunity because of that. So what you're going to want to do is get them on a call, Uber call, Skype call with your upline, and that'll be a great first exposure. And what you're going to want them to do is get them excited enough to get to a home event. And that'll be the second, maybe third exposure. And really quick, you heard Brad talk about a culture and creating a culture with your business, and this is where it's done in the home events. This is where people hang out, meet one another, see the atmosphere, they see people succeeding, they hear about the success, they hear about the products, and this is where they really see the big picture. So if you've never run a home event, really quick, I'm going to teach you guys a couple steps to how to run an effective home event. Super underrated, guys. You got to play music, right? Think about it. When you show up to someone's house that maybe you don't know that well, and everyone's looking at each other like, pretty awkward, right? Play some music. When people come in, they feel comfortable. It's a nice atmosphere. People want to be a part of that. Next thing is you got to have cold product on hand. I've been to too many home events. There's not even a can of Verve in the building. We're a product-based company. We sell products. You got to have the product there to share with people. They're going to fall in love with the product, okay? Next thing, guys, is you heard JD talk about how simple it is to create that home event culture. You click play on the video, you give them the product, you show them the website, have them place an order. So really quick, follow that video up with a couple of testimonials within the room, really short, really brief. Maybe someone's lost a few pounds on the product. Maybe someone got that first frenzy check, got a big check, they're excited about it. Have a couple of quick testimonials, and then what you're going to want to do is close that home event out with an upline. And it doesn't have to be Richard Bischoff or Ian or Brad. It could be a gold and above Someone that understands the products, the company, and that can share their story. And that's what you're going to do, guys. And then next thing you want to do is if you have a home event, some people forget that when you enroll someone into the business, they're celebrating, they got the QVs, they got that fast start bonus. Well, when you enrolled someone, the work didn't end, it just began. Think about where you were at when you started. You didn't have a clue what this was. Could you have gone out and built this by yourself? No, of course not. So when you enroll someone, the work just begins. You got to start teaching them. And you got to teach them everything about this. And you really want to teach and have them teach their people the same concept. So really quick, when you're enrolling someone into the business, you're helping them place that first order. Teach them. Teach them about the website. Teach them what you're doing. Teach them how to do what you're doing. And next, guys, is anybody here to make money? So it might be good to teach them the compensation plan about how to make money, right? That's a good first step. And the next thing you want to teach them is about the products, why these products are so healthy, maybe about the clinical studies, some credibility within that. And that all comes back again to the website. If you can teach your people how to use their website effectively, everything you need to know is on the website. Everything is provided for you guys. You don't even have to think. You just need to know how to navigate through that website. So teach them how. And the next thing you want to do is you want to find a reason why your person is doing this, about why your friend wants to join the business. Because I'll tell you, it's not about the car. It's not about the checks. Everybody wants money. Why do you want the money, right? So for me in the business, when I started, I didn't really have a why. I was a young kid, got excited about the concept. My business skyrocketed, you heard, and then it plummeted. It fell through because I didn't have a purpose, a reason, a passion to be in this business. And it kind of shifted for me when my girlfriend and I found out that we have a little girl on this way. So now I see that this is what drives me every day. To know that what I'm creating is creating a permanent foundation for her so that she'll have the choices, that she'll be able to do what she wants and not be bound by that paycheck, right? You see what I mean? So that's what gets me up every morning. You got to have a driving passion to make this thing happen, guys, because everybody can make money. There's so many ways to make money. You got to be in this for the right reasons, okay? And then when you sit down with that new person, you figure out their why. You want to develop a contact list, right? Really simple. Make 2 lists, right? Affiliates and customers, right? How many people are going to quit if it's free? None. That's the thing. Create a list that you can help them develop some business partners who see this like we see this, and maybe develop a list of customers so you can help them get those 3, get that product for free. I guarantee if the product's free, they don't quit ever, okay? And the next thing you want to do is you want to introduce them to some personal development. You've heard all these leaders up here. They weren't the people they were when they started this, not the same person today. They've developed, they've grown. Leaders are readers. They're in the books. They're feeding their brain the knowledge. They're doing what it takes. And you got to introduce your people to this concept, but I'll tell you what, your people are not going to do it if you're not doing it. If you're out partying, what's your team doing? They're out partying. If you're in on a Friday night watching Jim Rohn, more likely they'll be in on a Friday night watching Jim Rohn. You got to do these things, guys, and then teach your team to do them. So for me, one thing in my team, we all read GoPro. How many people read GoPro? That's the Bible. That's the network marketing Bible. Get a copy of that, read it, get an audio of it, put it in your car, turn your car into a classroom. Us as Americans, we spend as much time in our car in 1 year as the equivalent of 2 semesters of college classes, okay? So get the Jay-Z out, get the Drake out of there, throw it out the window, put something productive in that you can feed your brain that's going to get you to where you want to go. And next thing, how many people have seen The Secret? Swear by it. You gotta go out and watch that movie. That will change your life. You'll learn about the law of attraction. You'll understand that you're not a victim. The circumstances you're in right now is because you've created it. It's the habits that you've created. It's the people you surround yourself with. And you are a product of your environment. All right? So go out, be better, and you will attract better. Next thing, guys, you got to rinse and repeat and do it all over again. I know some of you get discouraged when someone enrolls. You teach them all about it, and you think it's done. You expect them to go do their thing. But you got to introduce yourself to the newest people. When they enroll someone, you introduce yourself because their organization is your organization, right? Every person that joins this group, It's as if I personally invited them. So why wouldn't I go out of my way to introduce myself to them? So when you get that notification on your phone of a new sign-up, say, hey, welcome to the team. I'm so-and-so, executive leader. I'm here to help you build this thing. And reach out, guys, and really create that culture. Because if you can feel it, my main team's got a culture. Do we have a culture, guys? Yeah. Are we succeeding? Yeah. Are we loving it? Yeah. Exactly. So why would you not want to pay that forward for everyone that you know? You don't have to be intimidated by this whole thing. You don't have to think you're selling or pushing. We're just sharing. We're just recommending a product, guys. So follow that simple system. It's easy. You've heard JD do it. He talked last night at the VIP. You've heard us all speak now. Like I said, a 1.4 GPA, not a genius. They didn't call in the rocket scientists to explain this to you guys. Young kids can make it happen. You can make it happen. So decide today, right now, that you are going to be that change. You're not going to rely on anyone else. You're going to call your upline and say, thanks for the opportunity. Talk to you later. I got this, right? And you are going to take this business to the next level. So let's go and let's get out there and let's get to work.